Humans and other organisms change the environment when they obtain food, eliminate wastes, and prepare places to live. Earth is like an island. Life is limited to the resources that are here. Humans affect regional and global environments through the three major activities: agriculture, development of cities, and industrial growth. In economic terms, ecosystems are providers of food, of goods and services, natural resources. Healthy ecosystems produce or replace renewable resources. Humans must be careful about the use of non-renewable resources, such as fossil fuels, which cannot be replaced. Sustainable development provides for human needs while preserving the ecosystems that provide renewable resources. Soil is a renewable resource, but it must be managed properly. Soil erosion is the wearing away of surface soil by water and wind. In dry climates, farming and overgrazing changes farmland into deserts and process called desertification. Deforestation is a loss of forest because healthy forests hold soil in place. Deforestation increases erosion. Sustainable uses include leaving stems and roots of previous crops in place, crop rotation, contour plowing, terracing, selectively harvesting, mature trees, and tree farms. The amount of fresh water is limited, and some sources cannot be replaced. A pollutant is a harmful material that can enter to the biosphere. Water pollutants come from industrial, chemical, residential sewage, and other resources. Many chemical pollutants became concentrated in organisms as higher trophic levels of the food chain through biological magnification. Sustainable uses include conservation, pollution control, and watershed protection. Clean air is important to human health and Earth's climate. Pollution reduces air quality. Smoke is a mixture of chemicals formed from the emissions from cars and industries. Burning fossil fuels releases compounds that join with water in air, forming acid rain. Greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide and methane can cause global warming. Particulates are microscopic particles that cause health problems. One of the sustaining air quality is controlling automobile emissions. The sum of all the genetic diversity among all the organisms in the biosphere is called biodiversity. There are three general types of biodiversity: ecosystem diversity, species diversity, and genetic diversity. The ecosystem diversity is the variety of habitats, communities, and ecological processes in a biosphere. The species diversity is the number of different species in an area or in the biosphere. Genetic diversity is the total of all the genetic information carried in the living things. Human activities threaten biodiversity. Development splits ecosystem into pieces, resulting in habitat fragmentation. Other threats to biodiversity include hunting, introduced species, pollution, and climate change. For conserving the biodiversity, we need to protect single species in the focus of groups such as the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, which oversees species survival plans. Protecting habitats and ecosystems is the main thrust of global efforts. Biologists are particularly concerned about ecological hotspots, which are places where significant number of habitants and species are in the immediate danger of extinction. Considering local interest in part of development plans to replace harmful activities with ones that can conserve environments and biodiversity. The ecological footprint of an individual or a population is the amount of land and water needed to provide resources, absorb wastes, and render the wastes harmless.